Hello, this is Stu out at 658 County Road 5. I'm just going to do a little video walkthrough for you of this lovely property. Just out at the front road here at the front of the house, and as you can see, it's a pretty simple bungalow. A couple different compartments in the home that you can see a little better when we get in there. 2009 shingles seem to be in great shape, architectural. All our eaves and soffits are in reasonable shape. All sided. It's a concrete block foundation there. It's basement window there. You can see one of a few entrances into the home there. It's a main walk up. Got your hydro in. The driveway is reported to be 6 spaces. Get the pan there. We have a rear entrance there that takes you into the halls and bedrooms. Little lean-to area where you can park your car if you wish. And that little bump out there is sort of like a little mechanical room, also almost with a oil tank in there for the furnace, and an entranceway down into the basement. Otherwise, the clear span you can see there without the bump out is the actual profile of the home. The chimney doesn't appear to be related to anything inside the home, so that is sort of just excess at this time. Doesn't appear to be in need of immediate addressing, but that is not necessarily needed to be there. I wouldn't worry about the antenna. I can probably come down. We're onto county internet and everything now. I see they do have Bell, which is good news in terms of being able to probably get good internet here. I would call them to see what the speed is at this address to kind of determine exactly what to expect. With quite a few little sheds out here. This one's kind of the nicer of the builds of all of them. Little stick frame in there, just a little garden shed. The one at the back on the right there has a riding lawnmower, which has little ramps for it. Not the ones leaning against, but there's a little metal one that they have in there that helps you come out. You go to do your yard care, and then the one off the side there I think is just pretty antiquated, probably ready to come down. Doesn't need to, but a lot of materials in there are looking to be kind of the end of their life. The lot here is just under a half acre. You're pretty much a half acre. You can see some smoke coming off there. There's just a neighbor doing a bit of a burn. Some yard material. Neighboring property has some pretty worn sheds on theirs. I think it'll have to come down at some point. Garden's relatively flat. There's definitely some humps and bumps, but pretty simple. The old owner was a gardener, so I imagine there might be some fun stuff come to life here when the weather gets just a little bit better. It's just a simple burn barrel here. I imagine they were burning off their leaves and old materials. There's some of a workshop down in the basement, so that's probably all that was related to, but could be a good spot for a fire pit. There's already some nice materials to get that started. Clothesline, I don't think it's worth talking about that. It is there. We have sort of a right-of-way drive that takes you to the property in the back. That does have a little dip off it if you did want to park here. Otherwise, you have tons of room on the other side. There's the lean-to from the back there for that little exterior garage type structure. Our well is right here, producing just over 5 gallons per minute, so it is a great well. It's drilled, which is the better of the scenarios you can have for one thing that I don't love about the property, which is that the septic is super close. It is reportedly just under the soil here, just a one lid with an undersized tank, just a 400 gallon tank that will require much more pumping. There is a report available for that, so that can be looked up. Other than the distances being under 50 feet is the only major concern here, but we are on a UV system. There's drilled wells, so chances are everything is fine. It's just not ideal. We have our oil in there, those 2 pipes, so if you were to get your oil tank filled, that's where they would do it. The oil tank isn't super old, but the furnace is at 19 years, so it's getting close to the end of its life. Don't think that's a major problem, especially if you're going to switch over to propane, or if you're going to get a combo with the AC unit. All the ductwork's there ready to accept that. It just needs to have its update. This takes you off to the back of the kitchen there, so you have another door into the house there. And just quickly finish our exterior here. Looks like a little bit of a metal roof scenario. I don't know if I can capture that in the video. So we're going to be in like a sunroom office area. It looks like it may have been in an addition at some point. So if we get an inspection, we can kind of confirm that everything is looking great there. There is just a little bit of parging coming off, and it was revealing the sill plate and the foundation structure for this building, portion of the building, sorry. Windows aren't super new, but they're far from the age of the original home, which unfortunately has a large range on it, about 51 years to 99 years. We definitely going to say it's younger than 99 years. We have a survey from 1982. We might be able to figure out a bit more about the age, but the seller is deceased, so I have to go into town records for that one. Going to take you into the house now. This is inside your little garage area. And a door into the basement there. We'll deal with the basement as we get in. The deck may need a little bit of footing work. It's just got a little bit of a lean to it. I think it may have just sunk into the soil there. But some of the materials looking like you may eventually at some point want a new deck. I wouldn't say it's immediate, like the wood's just kind of starting to get to the point of needing a bit of treatment to make sure it's all sealed and living a long life. So we're going in the back door here. As you can see in front, there's another door out. That was the front area that I started the video at. Pretty simple hallway in. It's nice and wide. So you could have some sort of little sitting area or something there if you wanted to make it more than it is. I'm gonna guess this room is most likely going to be your master, just because it's further away from the road there. It'll be a little more quiet. And all the room dimensions are available on the listing that can be sent to you. Just like kind of a closet structure put in there as opposed to having actual built-in stuff. There's been sort of like a little flooring upgrade here. There's a lot of different types of flooring throughout this home, so you may want to go with a bit more of a unified pattern, but otherwise we've got good light in here. We have a little linen closet here, pretty simple. The bathroom is just down the hallway there, so it's kind of far from that, but you can keep everything stored in a way. We have, still can't find an attic hatch. We have our walk-in closet here for when you come in off of the front of the property. So I imagine this probably is going to be the door you're going to want to choose to use. Spare bedroom here. With a bit of a different closet scenario there, just because we are over the pitch of the stairs. And 1x1 tile roof there. You may want a different solution for that. It's pretty dated, starts to warp, but not necessarily needing immediate address. We'll do the basement last, actually. This living room is down maybe about 3 inches from the level we were just on in the hall and bedrooms there, into kind of a eat-in living room scenario. Lots of space here. Got floor venting. Electrical appears to be close to code. For the age of the home, that's not bad. Sometimes you have to look really far to find where the next plug is. Baseboards are nice and thick. Just like a tongue and groove scenario on those. AC unit right in the window there. Might be nice to get that AC upgrade to do away with that, but for now, that is the AC scenario for this house. window out into that sunroom kind of office area. Into a really nice kitchen here. It's got a great layout with a different roof pitch, skylight. That's all real wood for all the cabinetry, which is great. A couple updated things like the range there and the hardware for your faucet and stuff. Microwave a little more dated, and then your oven is more dated yet. The dishwasher, so you're all plumbed in for that. Island is pretty simple. I know they have to have electrical for code, but I'm sure it's not a big deal. It's there and living its real life. Fridge is a little older again, but seems to be working just fine. More cabinetry. Down into this, what I believe to be an addition here. So another entrance in from the garden. They have like a little breakfast nook here. And I guess an exercise room, but this could have all kinds of different uses and potentially could be a bedroom as well. All the ventilation, everything's in here, so it should be fully winterized. The listing says it's fully winterized, this house, so venting there. Lots of electrical. Great. Just take a little peek out this door so you can see. To have another little sitting area here. I guess they were doing their garbage off the side here. Get into the garden. And then we need to just look in the washroom real quick. Oh, there's our attic couch. Let's see if I can explore anything in there. 4-piece bathroom here with decent sized vanity. All natural wood there again. Just a simple, it appears to be vinyl shower enclosure here. Could come out really easy for an upgrade. Definitely dated, but nothing that seemingly unsavory for a shower. Laundry is in this room as well. So your hookups are all there ready to go if you didn't want these units. A little bit of cupboard there for storage and whatnot. Fan on a timer are vented. Might want to switch out the lighting. Into the basement. It's carpeted, which is not ideal for a basement, but there is a dehumidifier running at all times. You'll see all this paneling and cupboards on the wall. It's not really much to it. Just behind that is a cinder block wall, and it just goes right into cinder block there. So when the time comes, those are probably all good to go and just do whatever you're going to do for the rest of your basement finish. But as it stands right now, there's almost like a flooring material on the wall. Give you a little pan there. You can see the cinder blocks back there. Behind the paneling is that all the way around. We'll return into the part of the basement there. We do have decent sized windows down here though. This is creating a bit of light. Some ducting. Electrical is nice and high off the ground. We're not 100% sure about flooding down here. The carpet seems to be pretty old and doesn't show a ton of signs that it's seen a lot of flooding, although we do have some potential intrusion points across the molding there. It doesn't have to be anything major and probably just needs to have the foundation kind of sealed in a bit better than just being right on the raw concrete like that. Into more of the electrical room. We've got a 150 panel here. Room to spare. Amp panel, sorry. Most of the wiring is not updated, but in this era, There's a couple spots there that has a bit of cloth wrap. Not seeing anything alarming. I didn't notice anything that made me feel like we might be not dealing with copper, but a home inspection will determine that better. Ductwork, furnace there, we'll look at it in a second, but just I'll take a quick opportunity just to show the joist span is a little bit wider than normal. There might be some comments from the home inspector on that. I'm just double checking I'm not finding dry rot or anything here. We've got a little bit of oh, it's just like some bark or something. It wasn't like an ideal board there, but otherwise everything is seeming pretty good there. So I'm just stabbing it with my key to see if I can send it into the wood at all. Got our sill plate there running across the top of the foundation wall, so we're able to see everything that's going on at least. Just a little bit of insulation put in there. There may be some comments from the home inspection about having this basement proofed a little bit better, but nothing overly alarming so far. You can see there was an old workshop kind of built in here. Otherwise, it's just going to be the cinder block behind that. Supports on the joist there. We have your water system here. So this goes to the well just off the side of that deck where the little garbage storage area was there. Just a pressure tank, pre-filter, UV system. So they're dealing with the fact that they're closer to that septic system and making sure there's treatment happening. You would want to run a water test here and there just to make sure everything is running right. Hot water tank there from 2013, and your 19-year-old furnace, which is on oil. So again, that's natural life, will probably be ending in the next 5 to 10 years. So you don't have to replace it right away, but earlier in the video I mentioned doing the AC and propane. There's your oil tank there. We saw the pipes earlier outside where you would fill that. This goes right out into that little garage area that we saw. Pretty simple, just got some extra storage in here otherwise. And then we run off concrete pit there. Just a very simple staircase going up there. No major comments on it. The inspector would probably want to see a handrail or something, but okay. A lot of copper piping going on. All of your septic and whatnot piping has been updated. I'm not seeing any galvanized or cast iron or anything that would get flagged and needing immediate upgrades. Just done a little bit of insulation there on the wall. And I'm guessing that's just related to the shop, that fan. If he's kicking up dust or making any odors, able to vent it out, but otherwise it wouldn't be necessary down here. Just a smaller egress on this side. Yeah, a bit of a mixed material work there, but nothing I'm concerned about. And that is your basement. I believe that the video is pretty much done. I'll just do a quick walk back here just to ensure we covered everything. But yeah, with the floors, you got a couple different floor styles there, as well as the carpet. Another flooring style ×2 there, vinyl, and then another off the back. But if you're going to do all your floors again anyways, it's not a big deal because you're going to go with probably just one and want to replace and update. Otherwise, nothing is needing immediate attention that I see. Thank you very much for viewing.